SAVAKs' brutal tactics. Inside the secret torture chambers. Deep beneath the bustling streets of Tehran, hidden from public view, were places where nightmares became reality. These were SAVAKs' secret torture chambers, designed to break the will of anyone who dared to oppose the Shah. It didn't matter if they were students, intellectuals, clerics, or suspected communists. Once inside, few left unscarred. Some never left at all. Interrogations began the moment detainees arrived. Blindfolded and disoriented, prisoners were dragged through dimly lit corridors, their screams drowned out by the thick concrete walls. SAVAK agents, trained by the CIA and Mossad, had perfected their methods. Physical torture was only the beginning. Beatings with cables, electric shocks to the genitals, and fingernail extractions were common. The goal was not just to extract confessions, but to instill absolute terror. Psychological torture was just as cruel. Prisoners were forced to listen to the screams of others, knowing they would be next. Some were locked in pitch-dark rooms for weeks, starved and deprived of sleep until their minds broke. Others were subjected to mock executions, blindfolded and told they would be shot, only to hear the click of an unloaded gun. The fear alone was enough to make many confess to crimes they never committed. Women were not spared. Female prisoners, including activists and journalists, faced sexual violence, threats against their families, and endless humiliation. Many were told their loved ones would suffer if they did not cooperate. Some never spoke of what they endured, fearing the stigma even after they were freed. SAVAK's reach extended beyond Iran's borders. Dissidents who fled to Europe or the United States found that the regime's spies were never far behind. Iranian embassies became surveillance hubs, monitoring activists and intimidating those who spoke out. Some were kidnapped and brought back to Iran, where they met the same fate as those who never managed to escape. But the most terrifying aspect of SAVAK's torture chambers was the sense of invisibility. There were no records, no trials, and no evidence. Those who vanished left behind only rumors, whispered among terrified families who knew that asking too many questions could result in another disappearance. Fear was SAVAK's most effective weapon, and it kept an entire nation silent. For years, these torture chambers remained Iran's darkest secret, a hidden world beneath the surface of everyday life. But when the revolution came, the doors were finally opened. The horrifying truth was exposed. Blood-stained walls, abandoned instruments of pain, and testimonies from survivors who had endured the unthinkable. The very fear that SAVAK had used to control the people became the force that turned them against the Shah. Even after SAVAK was dismantled, the legacy of its brutality remained. The scars, both physical and psychological, never faded, and for those who lived through it, the echoes of those screams, trapped behind thick concrete walls, still haunt them to this day.